So magic. Let me just, I'm going to be doing it like that. All right. Let's look at magic. So the word magic itself evokes a vast array of associations. We think of this old man with a beard and he's conjuring up magic, the wizard. And then, of course, we got the other picture of the old witch, and she's there and she's stirring her pot with monkey paws and frog legs. No animals were hurt in this conversation. And we think also about the magician on stage. Oops. The magician on stage who's got all these magic tricks and he's fooling us. So, really, magic has a lot of meanings to a lot of people. Can you really experience magic? Can you really create magical events and situations, influence the energy and the power? Or is magic irrational and delusional? And sometimes that's how you feel with magic. Is it really happening? So the dictionary defines magic as the power of apparently influencing with the intention to manipulate the course of events or using it in some mysterious way with supernatural powers. And I have to tell you, I can't disagree with that because it is mysterious. For those who do not study and practice the ways of the mystics, then it will appear to be mysterious. And sometimes even when you're practicing aware, you're still going, whoa, I can't believe that happened. But you can't say, I can't believe that happened, because words are powerful, which we're going to get into. Supernatural forces. Well, I did a talk on guardian angels, saints, the divine powers, spiritual guides, and we know that there are other beings, and we could call them supernatural if you want. And so that's some of the things about magic that we'll talk about. Despite prejudice against the idea of magic, I mean, some people really think that people that patch the magic are either crazy. Well, you got to be a little crazy, right? Keeps you from going insane. Isn't that what Willie Nelson says? And some people thought it's kind of, not only crazy, but evil of some kind. Well, research has revealed that historically, for centuries, people have been creating through magic, alchemy, magic, and it's not unusual. It certainly was very popular, back in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 18th, 19th century. It's been around for a long time in the Middle East, in China, in Egypt. So you are not going into a place where others have not gone before you. And you can do your research. I take many years of study and practice and try to bring it as reasonably and logically into 1 hour. And so I encourage you to do your own research and to look and say who was involved in magic: philosophers, scientists, occultists, of course, writers, authors, many people involved in it. So that is a little thing about magic. Let's stir up some magic with our own self. And how you begin your magical practice. Now, let me see. Let me see if I can actually share something in a reasonable like way. Let's see. Magic. If you're going to do magic, you must have faith. You have to use your imagination. You have to have the desire and belief to ask, look, and knock. With faith, it is see, hear, and touch with your inner senses. Imagination, work and travel in visions. and ask, look, and knock. Knowledge of spiritual communication. Knowledge of spiritual communication is that you indeed do have a practice of some kind, whether it's a religious, it's a spiritual, your own spiritual path. It's a way of acknowledging that there is something, some being, some energy outside of yourself. Knowledge of spirit communication. And that can be done, of course, through prayer and meditation. So I asked you to, let me see where I am. I'll put myself here. I asked you to gather some objects. And what are those objects going to be? Those objects are going to go onto a sacred space, your sanctum, for you to really involve yourself in creation, to really bring into force what it is that you want to have fulfilling in your life. You could do it, work-wise. You absolutely have goals and you have steps and you work toward it. It's all part of it. You want to create, though, a special place, a sacred space, a sanctum that you go to. Now, here are some pictures of sanctums and altars. I really encourage that. What happens in your altar? Your altar can be indoors, outdoors. It could be both. You could have an altar outdoors and an altar indoors, depending on how you want to sit in your place. When you're in your sacred space, you're there to do such things as reflect, quiet yourself, meditate, prayer, journal. You're there to be on your own with your energy in a quiet space. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the energies of which way we space and all of that. We could do that in another talk. The most important thing is, do you have a sacred space? If you do not have a sacred space, this is a time to have it. Now, the picture down here, the lower left, is my sacred space altar in a bookcase. I have it there because I'm sharing my space with a grandchild doing the homeschooling thing. So I have my usual table is a little bit taken up. And I don't use real candles. As you can see, I use electric candles here because I don't want to burn down the house. And if you have a space and it is within, say, a bookshelf or somewhere, you can use electric candles if you would like. Or a very simple, up here in your upper right-hand side is a very simple, very beautiful little altar space. The wonderful thing about using flowers is you change them, using any kind of objects that you change, any items that you can change. And that, of course, changes the energy. And you want to have that. You can use a nice cloth. I certainly have beautiful tablecloths, beautiful magical cloths I use. On the upper left is an outdoor space. And you can take some of your objects, your magical items and objects out there. On the lower right is a seasonable altar. Now, when I am going to be performing magic with a particular ritual, then I will take the whole table and I will cover it, and according to the season, according to what I am manifesting, what I am going into for this ritual, then I decorate. That is my Halloween one. And you can see that's Halloween, So that's some of the ideas here of magic and the altar. This is a time for you to say, I'm going to create a sanctum. And in that sanctum is where I am going to put my sacred objects. Now, you do not want to have a space where you throw your keys or your purse, or you put your glass of wine on, or whatever it is. It is your sacred space. You do not want, when you go to your sacred space, I know this will disappoint some of you, you do not bring in your animals. You will be in meditation, you will be in prayer, you will be journaling, and then your cat jumps on you, or your dog starts nuzzling you, or your horse whinnies that it wants to get out, or your snake slithers or claws, whatever your little other beings are. And so you don't want to invite animals into that sacred space for that particular time. You can let them in maybe later when you're just about finished. You don't want them jumping around your altar. You want to be in a place where it's quiet. Now, if you are in a place that's busy with other people and you cannot have a space open, like I keep my altar up all the time, not the ritual, the larger one, but the smaller one I keep up all the time. It's there every day for me to go in to meditate. You can get a box of some kind, put your little objects in there and close it up, and then you can open it up. You can even do this with a cardboard box that you slit and you open and you design it on the outside. I mean, you really have a good time with creating your sacred space because it is your sacred space. That's the whole idea. And that's what I'm encouraging you to create magic. You want to have that place that you do it and you focus on what you're doing. You take note of what you're doing. You enliven and enrich all of your senses. And so we're going to get to that. I make notes. So I have so much I want to share with you. I don't want to overwhelm you. So I try to keep it, online here. So where do we go from here? Well, we go to the items that I asked you to bring tonight. I hope that most of you were able to do that. And those are your magical objects. Now, what do we have a candle in? Well, let's face it, candles are just magical, aren't they? You can be in a darkened room, maybe a little light on somewhere, or no light, and you light a candle and it illuminates. And you just feel this energy. You feel an energy of coming down from the outside world, for one thing. People light little candles on their tables if they want to eat. Of course, my husband always says he can't see what he eats, so can we turn a light on? But it is very romantic at times. Candles are important, and they represent enlightenment. The flame of the candle, the fire, represents cleansing and purifying. Fire has always represented that, purifying, cleansing away. And that is important. And that's why you want a candle. Now, you can choose. Tonight, you chose a particular color candle. And that was a candle. Maybe you had a reason for choosing it. Maybe it was the only candle in the house. I don't know. But I always use a white candle as my main candle. And it's taller than the others. It's the enlightenment, the place of enlightenment. Candle color is important. And you, again, want to research this. You can have a candle color that is blue for serenity. It also represents justice and loyalty. One that is green. Say you are meditating on your health and you want to light a green candle. And that, of course, is also growth, expansion, healing, good health. And you could have a red candle. And red candle is high energy. It's yang. It gives you the kind of energy you want to get things done. It's love, it's passion. So why don't you look up candle colors and choose what candles you want to do depending on what you're working on. Tonight, whatever candle you have is perfect for you. That is your intuitive psychic mind at work. So don't worry about your candle color. I asked you to bring incense or aromatic oil. Now, your eyes are seeing the candle, so you're ready to see more. The incense or the aromatic oil is somewhat with stimulating your sense, the smell. Smells like aromatherapy bring us back to memories. And you know how this easy is. You can walk in somewhere and someone's cooking something that reminds you of going to grandma's house. You can walk in somewhere. I think even real estate people have you bake cookies instead of serve fish that day when you come in. So the importance of smell, and you want to have that in your sacred space. Now, let me see, where did I put this here? You can put your incense in an incense holder. I have a very ornate one. It's very old. It was given to me as a gift. It's actually an antique. I use it for my very special rituals. If you are using oils, you can use a diffuser. You can put some oil on you. You want to research oils, though. What oils can go on your skin? Mostly all of them. What oils, there's even oils that you can put in a tincture, but that you have to be very careful of the oils that you ingest. But incense and that you can have, where's my little thing? You can have a smudge stick to cleanse out the place. Your incense, there's different kinds of scents for different kinds of what you want to provoke feeling wise. Frankincense is for purifying and balancing the nervous system. I grew up Catholic, as most of you know, and I used to love going to the high mass where they did the frankincense. Other people would all complain about it, and I was like swooning. Even as a child, I thought, oh, this is the greatest thing, not knowing that later I would be using that in my rituals, especially for spirit communication, because frankincense cleanses the area, makes it good for spirit communication. Of course, sage, you can have a smudge stick. I do use a smudge stick. I do cleanse out my space, and cedar and sweet grass, and just smelling it, you know the importance of it. And it's something that's been used in rituals by different cultures and different religions and for centuries. So you want to invoke within you these scents that bring out memories and feeling. I love lavender, and I'm not that old. They always say old ladies in lavender. And I love it. And it gives me, really something I enjoy, and it brings back fond memories. Any kind of citrus, lemons, grapefruit, orange is really soothing and cheerful for the human being. It just is, it cleanses and it's good. And we know lemon water. I mean, I drink my lemon water all the time. Rose scents. Oh, don't we love rose? Rose is for the heart, and it's for love. So here you have these beautiful scents, and you're looking at your candle. So then I asked you to bring a glass or bowl of water. And what is that? Water represents the dreamy, visionary aspect of you, the visions yet to manifest, the visions that you have in dreams, the visions that you have in meditation, the visions you have when you're out in nature, the visions. So the water there is there. You can actually hold your hand. You can charge your water as part on your altar, and you hold your hands over it, and you can chant love or peace. Now, this is scientifically proven. It was a Japanese research, and it was proven that the water changed after charging it, putting your hands over it. You can have moon water, put it out when the full moon comes, and then bring it to your altar. So you do want to have your water there. Salt or crystal. Salt or crystal represents the physical aspect of you and the planet Earth. You living on the earth. It is the physical connection. If you have salt and you take your salt now and just put it on your lips or your tongue, just a little dab. I just said, bring a little bit of salt. And it awakens something in you. Physically, you're awake by what you are seeing, smelling, tasting. Your crystal, you can hold your crystal, you can rub it, and just feel that energy coming from the crystal. Again, the water and the crystal are a part of a ritual where you look to have more visions. All of this will come together, trust me. Of course, paper and pen. You absolutely need paper and pen. Where is when you go into your inner sanctum, oops, let me get this over here. I don't have enough space for everything I want to show you. So I've been trying to manipulate all of this. around my space. I have a journal. I have a couple of journals. I have a journal when I'm in my magic space, in my sanctum, that when I'm meditating, after meditating, or it can be what I'm studying. I may be studying at that time different ways of mystery, mystical happenings, furthering my metaphysical beliefs, scientifically looking, and I'll keep notes what I've learned. I encourage you to have some sort of a journal. It could be a notebook. Let me see, where's this other notebook? Hope I don't knock anything over. It won't come out. Okay, come. It could be something as easy as a notebook. A nice notebook. You want to have it there because when you are at your altar, you are going to have inspirations. You could do cleansing. You could do your affirmations, messages from your guides, affirmations, insights you have, and just get rid of stuff. There is a practice I used to have. It was called morning pages. The artist's way, and you just write about stuff and get it out of your mind. So journals are really important to have in your sanctum. The pen, you can have any color pen you like. It's actually fun. You can use your black pen, your blue pen. I once had this aqua ink pen. Oh my God, I loved it. I haven't replaced it, but think about a colored pen. It's a lot of fun and you'll like it. I love writing my affirmations in different color pens. I do have different color pens, but mostly for my journaling of my insights, I will use a black pen. A photo or mirror of yourself. Now, why did I ask that? Well, you're going to find out later on. I hope you had something. It would be a photo that you like, a solo photo. So this isn't a photo that you include others in. This is a solo photo. You want a lighter and a fire-safe container. Now, of course, you want a fire-safe container. I have my little cauldron. You can use ashtray. I guess people still have ashtrays, right? I guess there's still some people that smoke. So you can have an ashtray. Anything that's fire-safe you want to have. And flowers. Now, I didn't say flowers to you, but you absolutely can have flowers, and I recommend it. You see, I have flowers in the back. I have flowers all the time. I'm always replacing my flowers. They could be, usually I do it by season color. I like that kind of idea. But it be any kind of flowers. Flowers represents nature, the beauty of nature. And that's what you want to have, nature. You want to bring nature into it because the power of nature that we have. And so that are all of your objects. Now you are going to have questions, and questions will be answered at the end of the talk. And the reason I do that is so we can move along. Some of you are back east and even further, and you have to get off. And I understand that, it gets kind of late. So I want to continue on. I know you'll have questions and I will answer your questions. Let me see. Okay, I went over that, lighter and all of my other things. We're going to have fun. Are we having fun? I know we're having fun already. Oh, I always say, well, I'm having fun. I really think I give these talks because I have so much fun, and I just love to share things with people that I've learned over the years. Let's talk about alchemy. Oftentimes, when you speak about magic and creating through magic, not everyone says, okay, we do it through alchemy, alchemical formulation. The formula. What is the formula of alchemy? Well, let's talk. What is alchemy to begin with? Alchemy is transmutation. Alchemy is transformation. Alchemy is finding an answer. Finding an answer through going through a process. Just like anything in life, how did you find out not to have the friends that were Klingons? How did you find out that certain jobs weren't for you? How did you find out that living in a certain space wasn't really what you wanted? How did you find these things out? Through doing it, through experience. The formula for alchemy is the same. You are looking for an answer. Alchemy is how to change one property to another. For example, you take base metals, copper, tin, lead, and most people think, well, alchemy is like getting gold. We're going to get gold. We're going to find the fountain of youth. We're going to do all of these things. Well, turning lead into gold or silver. I thought I turned this off. I don't know why people decide they need to contact me at the last minute. Okay, so please don't text me while I'm talking. It doesn't help me. All right, let's go on. So the formula is the process and transformation needed to find the answer to yourself. You know, I think in life, we just all want to feel we're fulfilled, that we have found who we are. The philosophical questions: who am I? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Well, through the use of alchemy, through the use of formula, you will learn. I tell you this because I practice it. I tell you this because I continue to gain knowledge all the time. Spiritual alchemy is what we're doing. That does not mean that you do not use physical objects. Why do we include physical objects? We include physical objects because some of you may know, and you can put it in chat while I'm talking here, because we are physical beings. We start out with three-dimensional physical beings. We need to stand up, we need to eat, we need to be secure, we need to be able to have someone take care of us, to belong in a clan, to belong in a tribe, to belong. These are our needs when we're young. As we mature, the idea, especially when you have a spiritual practice, you are moving up into different expressions and dimensions of self. That is alchemy. If you devote yourself to it, then that is finding your fulfillment, whatever it is. People would come to readings, and one of the greatest questions they would be is, will I be successful? And I look at them and I say, I don't know. What does it mean to you to be successful? I know what it means to me to be successful. It meant that I worked enough to pay my bills, pick up my son from school, and be able to take the dog for a walk. I did not want to go and work an 8-hour gig. I wasn't a 9-to-5 girl. I tried it. I tried it. I did have jobs at times other than my readings and such, until I was able to really believe I could do readings and teach classes. I did have jobs, but I didn't like to have consistent jobs that got in my way of spiritual magical practices. So that's what success meant to me. You have to ask yourself what success means to you. I now use the word fulfillment, to fulfill myself, to feel. So here we are, spiritual alchemy. Spiritual alchemy can be like lead turning into gold. You are the lead. That is your ego. That is your three-dimensional self. You are the lead. You are the base material. We're physical beings. We love physical objects. That's why we have physical objects involved in our magic, involved with our alchemy, and put on our altar, because physically we are to be engaged. Spiritual alchemy is the whole self. It's bringing in to your ritual, your body, mind, and emotion. It's your energy, your vibration, your rhythm. For those that took the Hermetic principles with me last August and other talks I've done about affirmations, prayers, and such, you know I continuously talk about you are so much more. You're an energy, you're a vibration. You go into rhythm. And we have rhythms in life, right? Just like we have seasons, winters of our life, the summers of our life. We are completely in tuned and part of interrelationships with the world. You see, I put the DNA here. We are part of nature. We are part of animals. And the more that you practice magic, the more you communicate with animals more clearly and with nature. These are all the truths. I know some of you actually practice, some of you here grace me by coming, but you're actually our practitioners. And I really thank you for coming in and being a part of that. So you know this is the truth. Now, your energy goes beyond the boundaries of your physical body, over the boundaries of your mental beliefs, your conscious mind, and that is your aura energy. Any of you who have had a reading with me know that I begin by coloring the aura, because that's how I see you. Not that I do readings anymore, but I still see auras around people, places, and things. I mean, I see auras all the time. That's how I see it. Spiritual alchemy purges and cleanses the aura and the subtle levels of things like the chakras. Acupuncture, that helps clean the energy. Tinctures, herbal tinctures, holistic tinctures. You know, science doesn't talk about this, but when you have, if you can't use, if your health hasn't gone to a place where you actually need Western medicine to be able to stay alive or get better, sometimes that happens, but include in that your holistic herbal tinctures. What happens is a herbalist takes the flowers, all the barks, all the part of natures, and they put them in a drum and they shake them at a high vibration, really high. And they pull out all the beautiful qualities of the natural elements. And that's what you're taking. You're taking nature into your being. And the more you practice holistically, the more you do that, the more your psychic mind grows. So think about that. You know, like I said, I've got so much I'd like to share with you, but it comes to me, you know, like, oh yeah, make sure that you do your holistic tinctures or pills, go to acupuncture. You know, me, I hate needles. As a kid, I used to rip up the things where they say you have to go for a shot for polio. I think I'm like, oh, I didn't get that. Mom, I didn't get that one. But acupuncture, I could take. So practicing alchemy, you have to be fully involved in the physical world as deeply as you are present in the spiritual realm. Think about that. To practice spiritual alchemy, you have to be fully involved in the physical world as well as deeply present in the spiritual realm. The key to all mysteries and the source of all illumination lies deep within yourself. This is really emotional for me to even share with you how absolutely stunningly beautiful it is to have a consistent spiritual practice of some kind. How you do it's going to be up to you. But sitting in your sanctum is a good way. When you live and practice alchemy, you become more aware. Your acts are both mundane. You know, in the tarot, we have the major arcana and the minor or the mundane cards. Mundane means everything you do in life. You have relationships, you have problems, you have woes, you have money gains, you have money losses, you change houses, you fall in love, you have new ideas, you go in business. That's all the mundane. That's all the physical things that we do. You know, these things are going to happen unless you're maybe a hermit up in the mountain. And even then, you're going to get hungry. What did Buddha say after sitting for a few years on a log that his ass got so skinny and it hurt so much? And he says, what am I doing to myself? Why am I doing this? So he didn't think that we should really suffer to grow spiritually. So your acts are both mundane and magical, material, physical, and sacred all at once. And right at the same time, in every second while you're creating, it just doesn't happen in your sanctum. You build an energy in your sanctum, and then you go out into your day, and things happen. People are law of attraction, right? And we know out of the 7 principles Hermetic, that's only one. If you haven't looked up the Hermetic principles or studied them at all, I suggest you do it. Every second, every breath, you are being born from the outside just as much as you're being born from the inside. What does that mean? As above, so below. As within, so without. Connecting to the kingdom of heaven, living on planet Earth. Within begins changes, and again, you can do this through herbal tinctures. Take your homeopathic tinctures, medicines, study them, get them, or go to your acupuncturist or homeopathic, find out. You begin to change. Your whole cells, your whole DNA, everything begins to change. As within, so without. As above, so below. To the right, to the left, all around me. That's actually something you say when you do a magical circle and you put yourself in the circle. If you'd like to have a class on all of that, I absolutely would love to teach you. Let me know, email me or put it in chat. I absolutely would love to do that with you. This isn't going to be the class for that. Partially, but not completely. Every choice you make on the earth, every action you take affects the higher self. It ripples up. Every choice you make, you feel a ripple. And you know this more and more. You know, I'm just like everybody else in life. I used to love that little gossip or that little rumor or whatever it was. Oh, look at her, look at him, or what did he do? I remember when I separated from my husband. I should say one of my husbands, shouldn't I? My husband. And girlfriends were saying, what did he do? They wanted me to talk about this. Like I said, we just really weren't getting along. We had different things, and they didn't want to accept that. We wanted to rip that apart. After a while, as you practice your spiritual self, as you realize and feel the changes within yourself, you can't even do it. I used to say to my sister Ellen, who's transitioned, she's no longer in body, and we would be in the car driving down to our Rosicrucian temple, and we started talking maybe about something or someone. And then I said, you know what? This whole thing has ruined me. I can't even say something negative about somebody anymore. And so that's part of the alchemy of magic. And you transition. The scent of you will attract beings that are like-minded. You'll feel that the people that you're with in life, there's those that it's time to let them go with love. They no longer are on your path. This doesn't mean you have to have a disagreement or fight with them or anything. And even if it is a disagreement, you don't have to be defensive about it. I had to do that recently with somebody. I had to really say, I'm going through a difficult time myself. And you keep emailing me emails that are like, could make a novel. I can't read these. I really can't do this right now. I don't want to. Not I can't. I don't want to. It's upsetting, disturbing to me. I'm gonna let you go right now. It doesn't mean I can't pick up this relationship later, but not right now. So you'll find that like-minded energy is there. I have to look at my own personality. My own personality I'm a progressive person. Then I just learned recently, last year, I had an astrology thing. The Geminis, they're all ready to move on. Okay, let's move on. They don't need to hold on. Of course, I got Scorpio rising, so I will hold on to some stuff, but I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, right? The impressions of your deeds create a hollow. Think of a hollow, a space for spirits to follow you. And that, I don't mean spirits of the dead necessarily. Yeah, me, but not you. The spiritual beings that want to work with you. You begin to attract spiritual beings that still want to be part of the evolution of planet Earth. Isn't that beautiful? It's just incredible. Truly, it is. I mean, it really is. They want you to do work. Now, some of the work I don't like. I've been told by spirits, and my sister on the other side. If you read How to Talk with Spirits, you know she's given me information. It's in that book. Sometimes I say to her, "Oh no, I am not going to. No, no, no," and she says, and lo and behold, something comes along, and my spiritual group says, "We need la la la." Anyway, so you do attract spiritual beings. They want you to be part because you're a physical being. Can angels always show up for everyone and just show up? Can you imagine an angel showing up at somebody and saying, "Oh, here, the Lord is coming down. You're going to get pregnant and everything." The person starts screaming, "Ah, I'm not even married," or whatever. "I'm too old," or whatever. No, divine beings, spiritual beings need human people to work through. And when you do your alchemy, alchemical formula, you will attract like-minded, not only physically like-minded, but also spiritual. You'll be surrounded by a tribe, always surrounded by the parts of life that you had maybe only hoped for or wished for. One word uttered, a million ears prick up and listen. One arrow shot, a hive of spirits impacted by you. Pretty incredible, huh? That is spiritual alchemy. I think that might be it. I think I can go ahead. I've got one more. We are one with the universe. The universe is listening to you. The vibration of your words, the vibration of your feelings, the vibration of even your conscious mind, it's listening. It hears you. It wants to help you. It wants to be part of your creation. Pretty remarkable. It really is pretty remarkable. Let's talk about that. Oh, where's my little, hold on. Everybody just hold on. Here it is. Okay. Bippity boppity boo. Abracadabra. Open sesame. All those magic words, right? Bippity boppity boo. Here they are. Magical words that we use, but actually words are magical and they're very, very, very powerful. And from other talks that I've given, and I've talked about the power of words, not a whole bunch of words. Any of you that coaching with me, you start out telling me your whole story and I go, can we bottom line this? What are you talking about? It's very difficult for people to bottom line, right? Isn't it difficult? I heard something once, I heard, telling the truth is one or two words. It's a very simple thing, maybe a very simple sentence. Honesty is longer and more involved because you're telling people why you're honest, how you came to it, what's going on. Think about that. You want your magical words to be direct and powerfully directed to what it is you want. Science, neurologists, brain surgeons, they've proven already that the brain reacts to words. It's a proven fact. We don't have to say, well, I'm kind of metaphysical and I think words. It's a proven fact. There's more books. There's an author, J.T. Jake, that has just written about the power of words in today's society. Oh boy, all those words, right? Written and heard. You heard them all. I remember the nuns used to tell us, that it's the end of the world because everybody will know what everybody else is thinking, and I thought, uh-oh, here we are. Well, it's the end of the world we know. It's not the end of the physical world, because you want to partake, and you want to make sure that we can make this beautiful planet survive. So words, you've got my magic words, right? Abracadabra, which actually is a Hebrew word. I mean, it does come from a Hebrew word, and it means to be created by my word, or for the Father to create through my word. So the importance of word, the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. What are you thinking, and how are you thinking it? What are you thinking, and how are you thinking it? Are you thinking, I really like this class and I feel excited? Are you thinking, I like this class, but let's get on to the magic? Yeah, I agree with you. So here we have words. What are your words? What are you creating? I'd like you to take your pen and paper now, and I would like you to write, what are you creating in your life right now? Or what are you hoping to create? Is it a goal that you are working on and you're looking for the next step or some insights? Is it a goal you would like to make? Is it a wish that you want to manifest? What is it that you're doing? Why are we sitting in this inner sanctum? Why are you at the class? What are you doing? What are you going to create tonight through magic? So go ahead, write that. It would be something like, I am creating. I am ready to receive. My goal is. Now, I'd like you to look at your photograph or your mirror. There you are. Oh, kind of dirty, huh? Cleaner. I use it a lot. So I would like you to do this. I'd like you to look into the mirror or your photograph. Look right into it, eyes to eyes. In your photograph, you're looking at your eyes. In your mirror, you're looking at your eyes, and make your statement. I am creating. I am manifesting in my life. However you wrote it, I'd like you to do that. Don't close your eyes now. This is an open eye meditation. You're looking at the mirror in your eyes, or you're looking at your photographs right in your eyes. What kind of feelings and thoughts have come to you as you look at yourself? Take note. What comes to mind? This is something that goes in your journal. Did it feel comfortable, uncomfortable? Did it make you laugh? Did it make you flicker? Did your eyes flicker like, that's that hesitant. That's that part of you. So the words are important. The words are simple. This is what you're creating. Why do some of your creations not, even with coming to magic? I mean, you can pray in your sanctum, you could do a spell, you can do a visualization, whatever you want to do. Why does it not often happen? People say to me, oh, I did that spell, or I made that prayer, or I did a visualization, and you know what? It didn't work. Well, I'll tell you, the first thing is impatience. How long did it take you to be the person you are today? You do a spell and you expect it to happen the first time. I get that from people. Impatience. Why is my manifestations not happening? Huh, I've been doing it for a whole week now. Oh, I've been doing an affirmation 21 days. Impatience. The other thing is you really don't believe in yourself. Maybe on a conscious level you're saying it, but if something is not being fulfilled in your life, there is some aspect of you in your subconscious mind and your history from another lifetime for this lifetime that you have doubts. You are not certain. So here, now let's start our magic. I'd like you to light your candles, your candle. Your incense. If you don't have incense, you want to smell your oils, maybe put it on you. Maybe put it on your candle. Dressing a candle, I didn't talk really much about that. I think that that should belong in another class that I'd like to give. But dressing the candle is about your oils and scents and spices and herbs on your candle that add to the scents, add to your ritual. So light your candle, light your incense, look at your bowl or glass of water. Be there. If you have a light on, you might want to either dim it or turn it off. Be in that magical place. I'm going to kind of scroll through. Some people have just their face, some are doing it, and just see how you're doing. Just be there. Feel the beauty of magic all around you. I'd like you to take your pen and paper, a small piece of paper, smaller piece. You don't want to use a whole piece. And I'd like you to write on that, I am willing to release. Oh, I see Shauna Grace, her beautiful candles, her altar there. Oh, that's beautiful. So I would like you now to write on a small piece of paper, I am willing to release. I am willing to release whatever it is, doubts, self-anger, poor self-image, people that keep me from allowing me to move forward. It might be a particular person. I am willing to release anything that is not fostering positive reaction, feelings of peace and serenity, feelings of adventure. So take a moment and do that. I'm willing to release, and then make a list. Yeah, it's going to be a shorter list tonight. I'm sure you've got more. Now, what I'd like you to do with it is burn it in your cauldron, burn it in your fire safe container. I'm going to release it to the ethers of the world through the smoke. Hope you don't have a fire alarm go off, but I'm going to release it. So go ahead and burn it. I am cleansing, I am purging myself. Oh, I see one being lit right there. Oh, how cool. Very cool. Let me see if I can find any others. Kathleen Courtney. Oh, I just saw her Kathleen. I just saw your altar back there. Very cool. Very nice. The rest are hiding. They're hiding from me. That's all right. We can do that on our own. We don't have to show ourselves. Okay, I am willing to release. Now you're cleansed in the moment. You are free now to envision and to know. We're going to do something called a glam spell. So I'd like you to relax in the beauty of where you're at, in your sanctum, your inner sanctum, at your altar. You can look at it, you can close your eyes, however you want to do it. I'm going to Om 3 times. You can follow me at home. You can unmic yourself if you would like to Om with me in a group. You can keep it private, however you want to do it. Please follow me when I do it. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a breath in. Om. In your sacred space, attracting spiritual beings and like-minded to yourself. You are safe, you are at peace. Envision or imagine many colors like a rainbow, many colors of the universe, all colors, different shades and hues and tones. Your aura has expanded. And actually, I can see some of the auras here. It's beautiful. Look at those colors. Gold, rose, red, greens, grass green, blue of the ocean, pinks and oranges and purples, yellows, light, dark, lemonly. Now attract to you a color, the one color. I know I'm asking a lot, but choose a color now. See it or imagine you see it emanating around your candle, emanating on your altar, emanating in your mind's eye. Draw it to you. It enters through the top of your head. That color flows through your head, down your throat, across your shoulders, in your back, around your chest, your upper back, to your stomach, to your mid back, down both your arms, to your fingertips, down to your lower belly, down to your navel, your pubic bone, and down through your spine, down to the bottom of the root, down your legs, to your feet. This color vibrating and moving all around you, beyond the boundaries of your physical body, above you, below you, to the right of you, to the left of you. You are this color. This color, aura energy, is you. You are shining and bathed in it. Your inner organs are reacting. Your heart, your stomach, your kidneys, your liver, your throats, your brain, your organs are reacting through vibrating. Feel them vibrating. Take your mirror or your photograph and open your eyes and look at it. And when you look at it, you envision or you imagine this color emanating from you, your photograph or your mirror. This aura energy, this color, you wear it out into the world. So for the next couple of days or longer, go out to the world with this energy. You could even maybe wear a color on you, a scarf or a top or something around here. You could wear that color, but it's wearing you anyway. Go out into the world and see who and what you attract back. This is called a glam spell. It's a glamour. You are now a glamour bathed in this light. What does it represent to you? Is it part of what you're asking for? And bringing this color with you. I absolutely want you in about 4 or 5 days to email me and tell me the kinds of experiences that you have with this color, wearing it out, seeing who's attracted to you, watching it happen. It is fun. So mote it be. Blessed be this glam spell. Blessed be this moment with you. Thank you so much. Whew.